Hey, what's going on everybody? Boilon here, and in today's video, happy Sunday by the way, we're going to be talking about the Rogues Gallery event, which is the first event of the Spider-Man 2099 Future Shock event. We're also going to be going over my polls for the Abomination shards that I posted both up on YouTube and on Discord, just to give you guys an idea of where a lot of people landed, it seemed, on their orb openings and their shards. If you guys watched my previous orb opening, I did actually get slightly above a 4-star, I think, but I would not have done that had I not pulled 2 really lucky orbs. And I think the real point of that one is that could come at any time. It could be near the beginning, it could be near the end, or not at all. And we're going to talk about some of the changes that was made to the Spider-Man 2099 event that I missed in the blog post. So if you're ready to go, then let's boil this down. And first things first, this is the chart that I created based on my YouTube poll and my Discord poll, and we're just going to cover this very quickly. So I put out a poll in case you guys didn't see it. Now, unfortunately, I'm recording this at about 24 hours after the poll, so normally I would wait a little bit longer so there was more votes in. But I think it's fairly representative on both sides, actually, where people seem to have landed. So on YouTube anyways, it's now, and I'm going to put a caveat here, I did have an option for less than 100 shards. And this could have been people who did not fully complete the milestone, because I don't think that the percent is that high that people were not going to unlock them, because that's what less than 100 means. It is statistically possible, though, to not unlock them. Albeit rare, it is possible. And whether or not that was 50 people or 100 people out of the entire population, it's crap. Right? Like, I don't even care how low the odds are on that. The fact that it was possible is shit. And so we'll talk about why that's changed now in the new Spider-Man 2099 October, and I'm glad that they made that change. But regardless, it seems like a bulk of the players did land in the 3-star range. And that's anywhere from 100 shards to 179. And then it seemed that maybe a third, close to a third of the players actually did get 4-star. If you guys remember, the estimated value of the orb was 5.7. However, a lot of people did end up getting 3, 4, and 5 shard drops. Those were the primary drops. The estimated value is high because there was like 20 plus shards that you could potentially get. And so that did bump it up a little bit. And if you guys watched my video, I did get a 20 and a 20 and a 25, I think, or 20 twice. I don't remember now. And so the total votes for YouTube was 1,260, and you got 31%. 23%, 29%, and 17% on Discord. It was pretty similar. I think less people voted for the less than 100 because I think they were a little bit more honest in terms of what that actually meant. And if that's true, if even 26 or, whatever people voted on Discord about this and that actually happened, then, that sucks. And that really sucks. But the other percentages are much more accurate and very similar to YouTube as well. 31%. So 59% got 3-star, 35% got 4-star or higher. And unfortunately, it was only representative of 410 votes. So I combined them all, and out of 1,670 votes, again, still quite a high margin, higher margin than I would think for less than 3-star and less than an unlock. But the majority of the players did end up getting a 3-star. So yeah, it was really interesting. But of course, this should be better going into October, and we're going to talk about that now. So, we're going to talk about that after. We're going to talk about this first. This is the Future Shock event. So 5.72, was the estimated value of the Abomination orb. Now, we don't know if this is going to change for the Spider-Man 2099 orb. It's not in the store yet as of recording this video. I personally don't think it will, because I don't think that there's been a data for them to want to change the orb, so I don't think that's been the case. However, there is now 30 shards of Spider-Man 2099 in the milestone. If you get up to 324,000 milestone points, you will get the grand total of 30 extra shards. It's very helpful, actually. So using those 30 shards and the amount of orbs that are available in the milestone, that now means that the average point threshold for an unlock at 3-star is going to be about 324,000 out of 500,000. This is still a little bit higher than the older style events with Deathlock and so on, because you would get 3-star at 28.5k out of 50k, but it's not too much higher, and of course this is average. So this is based on the estimated value of the orbs, and if you get lucky, if you get a 20 drop or something big, then of course you might unlock this sooner, but that's just the on average. And the total estimated shards over the course of the event is actually also an average based on the EV of the orb, and that's 202. So your chances of getting a 4-star is higher. However, there's going to be a chunk of people who are going to walk away with a 3-star, and I'll probably do this poll again towards the end of October to really see how that's changed based on Abomination. I do expect more people will get 4-star, but I do suspect that some people will get 3-star still, and this will definitely guarantee that unlock now, and I think that was the biggest issue. The extra 30 guaranteed shards will push you to that guaranteed unlock status, so now they've kind of rectified that a little bit, and that's good for them. And good for us, really, at the end of the day. So here's the breakdowns of so far. A lot of this isn't really important. We have the light bite cloth that we're going to talk about in the Rogues Gallery event. I do want to mention that the bar has been raised again for Coordinated Assault, which runs on October the 7th and October the 20th, down here. Because the final, basically, all of the milestones are required for the currency for the month-long event. That means, and when I say 2,500 genes are hard to get, that's the final milestone. That's like the 142,000 points or whatever. Even my alliance was able to get that, so you do need to core a little bit more for everyone in a 24-person alliance to make sure that you get that, and these genes are going to be important for the month-long event, and if you don't get all of them, then it's possible that you might not clear the month-long event. And I just kind of want to pivot really back to Abomination really quick, because we got, by the end of the month, 517,000 points, and so that was a surplus of 16.8k. So what does that mean for October? That does mean that you don't need to get all, you probably don't need to get all of Coordinated Assault, but you do need to get as much as you possibly can, so you don't fall short at the end of October. So just want to let that sink in a little bit. I will be doing another public service announcement related to Coordinated Assault probably early in the week, just so people are aware of that and can save accordingly, save their cores, save their ISO packs and all that, so that you can push hard when this goes live on Friday. So first of all, let's talk about the Rogues Gallery. There's one thing, though, that I want to talk about before we look into the math, and that is this part that I can't account for, because I don't know what it means. I know what it means. I can't do the math for it. So that's earn the harvest orb fragments from select campaign nodes. A lot of this doesn't matter right now, because through the Blitz milestone, you're gonna get pretty much 90% of what you need to get yourself to the Light by Claw. So if you can clear the Blight Barrage Blitz milestone, then you probably won't have a problem with this. I just don't know how much further you're going to be able to get in the milestone, and what's whale milestones and what's not. So if you take a look here, this is the Rogues Gallery milestone. You can see the Light by Cloth is at 425k, or sorry, 42.5k, and this is pretty much, this is obtainable. This is obtainable. And so what is after that, I guess, and what's probably the whale milestones? I'm going to gather that these last three here, 38, 39, and 40, 68k and above, is probably whale milestones. They have augmented unstable cloth, they have some T4s, there's an Elite 5 orb, more ballistic, oh actually, unstable cloth and ballistic weave. Actually, they're all uniques. There's 3 uniques in here actually, so I just realized that. Unstable cloth, molecular cloth, and ballistic weave. It's possible that we might be able to get up to 59k, but we won't really know until we know how many fragments we're getting out of the campaign. But rest assured that you will get to this 42.5k for the Light by Cloth, which is the most important thing, because this is all the currency for the month-long event. So that's how we understand this milestone event. So the total points required for this is the orb opening and energy. I don't know how much energy you're going to need. Personally, based on how much points are going to be in the Blitz milestone, I don't think that you're going to need to core for this. And I think that you should be able to just do your standard energy spending and you should be okay. The 100,000 is the total milestone points required, which you're probably not going to get to because the majority of this tends to be whale milestones afterwards. There's 28,600 spliced genes up for grabs. There is a 5 red star Squirrel Girl, so don't buy any upgrades to Squirrel Girl if you're thinking about it for the upcoming Famine event, which is due in about a week and a half or 2 weeks. You can get that at 39,000 points, which of course is before the Light Bite Cloth. So if you're aiming for that Light Bite Cloth, then you'll have no problems getting that 5 red Squirrel Girl. 42,500 is the goal here, and like I said, you're going to get about 40,000 from the Blitz milestone. And you are going to get 1 point per harvest orb fragment that I guess you'll farm from the campaigns. If it's completely necessary, I will do an update video to that, but I really don't think that it will be. I think that it should be pretty self-explanatory, but if for some reason it's super confusing, or, as always, if the blog is subject to change and these numbers are fucked up, then I will be sure to do an updated video as well to correct anything that needs to be changed, but I do hope that this is accurate for once. Blight Barrage Web Milestone. So let's talk about this. It's actually really easy. Now, if you're someone who, if you remember the Stark R&D, if you have your Young Avengers geared up, you're going to be done in like a day or two. If you don't have them geared up, especially if you don't have them geared up to Gear 13 or higher, any of them, then it may take you a little bit longer. Keep in mind that there's actually 6 Young Avengers, which also includes Miles. So if you have Miles geared up as well, then that's bonus points too. But don't worry, you don't need to have all 6 of them geared up. It just helps you clear this. So there's a total of 40,000 fragments up for grabs, like I said, for the points, and it's a 1-to-1 conversion. 24,000 milestone points required. That means there's 20 of these orbs. We don't know the contents of the orbs. I think they're just character shards of the Young Avengers and some of the other A-Force. I think there was A-Force in there as well, because those are the characters for nodes 5 and 10. You get 20 points for a Blitz win and a Sim. Now, this is pretty low, but the amount of points that you get for the Young Avengers and their gear score is very high. So 40 for Young Avengers, 120 if they're Gear 13, 220 if they're Gear 15, and 420 if they're Gear 16. Now for me, my only Gear 16 Young Avengers is Squirrel Girl. I don't have anyone else. I don't think I plan on doing that, so not a big deal, but you do get a significant point boost for that. Okay, and I do want to make clear that this is additive. So if you have, let's say, Gear 15 Young Avengers, it's not just 220 times 5, it's like this times 5, that times 5, that times 5, plus 20. And that's what this table is over here. And so you can see how this stacks up really, really quickly. So if you have all of your Young Avengers at Gear Tier 15, 5 of them, not all of them, 5, minus Miles or whoever, whatever, doesn't matter. If you have 5 of them at Gear 15, you're getting 1,920 points. And comparatively to 24K, that's like 12 wins, like 12 or 13 wins there, and you'll finish the week milestone at Gear 15. It's nuts. And even at Gear 13, you know, you could take 24K and divide it by 820, and that's going to be 29 Young Avengers wins over 7 days. You know, and if you're using your Blitz charges, right, you're doing, you know, a couple of free ones for the day, and then you do 25, 25, 25, 50, 50, 50, right, and you'll still clear this super quick. So if you have Young Avengers at Gear 13, this is going to be a walk in the park. If you don't, and you just have standard Young Avengers, I mean, the full team, then it's going to take a little bit more on there, and you're going to have to do probably wider blitzing for your other characters, but you could take 24K divided by 220. That's 109 Young Avengers wins, you know, so I don't think that you could probably squeeze that in 7 days on just that. But, you know, you're going to have to do more blitz wins with your wider team. Now, if you don't have Young Avengers at all, for some odd... Oh, keep in mind, that's just 5 characters. So if you have Miles or a 6th character, then you're going to get even more points. So it's actually a little bit less blitzing than that. But if you don't have any of your Young Avengers, you don't have any of them geared, which is highly unfortunate and probably unlikely, then it's going to require 1,200 blitz wins just from the 20 points. That is 34 rotation. 34 rotations at 35 wins, which is approximately 5 rotations a day. So that's quite a bit, but like I said, it's highly unlikely at this stage that you don't have any of the Young Avengers and you don't have them geared. So I would really look at this table here to kind of give you an idea of how much points you're getting per 5 characters at that gear tier. It's a lot. Like, so much so that I think I will be done on day 1 or day 2. Which is refreshing, because this reminds me of Stark R&D, where you got a lot of points. If you, like 1 million points I got per Bionic Avengers win. Like, that was a really good event. It wasn't very stressful. And what's great about this is it's a 7-day single milestone. So once you clear it, you're done, and you can breathe a sigh of relief, because it's not going to come back every 2 days like the Power of Attorney and the other ones did. So that's what I like about this milestone event, and for once, it's not super punishing. So let me know in the comments down below, how you're doing on your Young Avengers. Are you going to gear them up specifically for this event? I don't think I'm going to gear my characters up any more than I already have, but do make sure that you have at least your Young Avengers and have them maybe up to gear tier 13, and that will probably alleviate a lot of stress for you. Like I said, if I need to do an update regarding the campaign events and the campaign nodes, I will do that, or I'll let you guys know on Discord, so do keep an eye out on that as well. This will be available up on Discord as well, and I'll probably edit it in the campaign stuff once I know a little bit more about that. So that's the end of this video, and enjoy the rest of your weekend for what's left of it, and I'll see you guys on Monday when we start these events. So until next time, stay safe and healthy. I'll see y'all later. Boilon signing out.